Hey y'all, welcome back to VW Family Farm. We are gonna take you guys around and feed and show you what's going on. And I'm excited because I got a helper today. Are you excited?
To work with you all the time.
Oh. They're what you call hangry at this point. We had an early morning appointment, so it's midday, and they're tired of waiting. Em, what are you doing? Easter egg hunting?
Oh, yeah.
So we are standing in front of our new, to us, farm
New to
truck.
us, yeah.
We've had it since what, the fall?
Yeah, we got it right at the beginning of feeding season.
Yes. So we were using a 1985 Chevrolet that Ben and Lane had kind of rebuilt. It was kind of two trucks in one, maybe more trucks than that. I don't honestly know, but it worked. We loved it. It wound up breaking the part that lifts up the hay bales, and you kind of went on a hunt for a different one, and
I just
found
thought
this one.
I thought it was time to retire the old one.
It was time.
We had the need for a newer rig, and this feed bunk on the back of this thing really comes in handy.
Yeah. So Ben found this one, and it just worked out. We had the money for it at the time. It was a decent, pretty good deal. And so we jumped on it, and we quickly found out these types of trucks that have the hay bed, they go quickly. There's places online that people post trucks like this, because not everybody wants a truck with a flatbed, hay bed, all that, but the people that do, they know the value of them. So we jumped on this, we went and picked it up, and we've used it this winter. This truck, y'all, only has like 130-something thousand miles on it. It did when we got it. I think it was 139,000. That's about the same as my 2013 truck had on it.
And this is a 2007.
This is a 2007.
Yeah.
We've loved it, but we got to tell you guys something. All right, we are pausing the truck story for another installment of things that can happen on a farm that you need to know getting into it. We have found a piglet. It has gotten a cut on it. I'm gonna show you guys. It's nasty though. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna show you or not. It's gotten a cut on its rectum, and part of its intestines are pushed out of that, which we could push it back in and it possibly might heal. But the chickens are pecking at it and the pigs are trying to bite it. I don't want to give y'all a real close-up view because it is gross, but trying to decide what I'm going to do. These are the tough situations. We don't have like pig vets in our area. We've had vets that will, you know, help us out and do a few things here and there, but they'll just tell you they're not hog vets. So a lot of what we do here, we have to just figure out on our own. I don't like these parts.
No. Part of farming, baby. I'm glad that's the first time we've ever had to see that.
It's pitiful.
I don't think it'll survive. I think it's best just put it down. I'm just afraid it's going to keep getting infections. If we do even get it to stay back in, it's going to be full of infection, and then you're going to have to give it shots.
I don't know how we're going to keep the
Other
ones.
Yeah, you'd have to separate it.
That one bit my boot.
You'd have to separate it, but still, yeah. I mean, I don't want to eat nothing. And we're not going to feed any of our customers stuff that's had antibiotics pumped in it.
I hate this part.
I really don't think it's going to make it.
I know the most humane thing is to do this, but I still hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely not enjoyable.
I know some of you won't understand why we did that and why we don't just isolate them. Well, the fact is we have litters of pigs at a time. That's just what pigs do. You can't isolate and give every piglet their own pen. And they have sharp little needle teeth. They fight for fun. And it's just one of these rare, strange things that just sometimes happens. And like Ben said, sometimes this is the most humane thing to do. And I just want to say one last thing about this. Some people will say, well, that's because of castration. This was a female, so that's not the case. It's just probably from them fighting, and they get pretty rowdy. It's fun and cute to watch, but this can be one of the consequences. Well, that definitely puts a damper on things.
Always makes me almost sick to my stomach. I'm pretty strong, I think.
So we are heading back. We're actually in the old farm truck, if you can't tell by the noise. She is louder than the other one. But I told you guys that this one broke. Well, Ben is super handy. Handy Ben. And he's got it fixed. Which he fixes stuff where it's definitely usable and still good. It's may not be like new, but hey, it's working. The arms won't go all the way down on the bed. They're kind of constantly in the up position, but that doesn't really matter. We need it to go down and pick the bell up and raise it up, and if it stops there instead of there, hey, we can deal with it. So we have made some decisions. We've contemplated selling this old truck, just being done with it, having one truck, because the more vehicles you have, the more you have to maintain. But we kind of made some decisions that might shock you a little bit. So if you're wondering what you're looking at over here, this is my handy dandy window, which is a piece of, what do you call it, Ben?
Plastic.
Plastic. Visqueen. Greenhouse plastic.
No, it's not greenhouse plastic.
It's not even that good.
No.
The other day, I think it was Blaine, it might have been you, I said, hey, why don't you roll your window down? So just to give y'all some perspective of where we just drove to, there's the farm and the house. We're back here where on a few videos ago you saw Ben and Lane spreading shale to try to make it where this was not so muddy. And so we're down here at the woods in the pig pen, And this spot right here, way up there to where they drove the tractor trying to get the shell in here, we cannot drive down here. The red truck, we've gotten stuck multiple times all over the farm. But here's the deal, y'all. We don't stay on paths. We have paddocks everywhere. Some of the things we do requires us to get off the path when we go get our hay. We didn't haul our hay, so it's sitting all around the farm. So we have to get to it at this point in the year, or we have to take time in the summer and haul it all up here to one area. We've done that before, but we wind up just destroying that area. There's benefits to both, but the fact is our hay is all over the farm, and we've been stuck multiple times doing that, and it just gets tiring to haul feed, carrying it from way up there where we've had to park all the way down here. And most of the time it's me and Emily by ourselves, and it's just hard. I gotta show y'all one more thing. It is so handy to have a teenager who you can trust to do things, who when dad's at work, he can come out here and run the tractor, do the things just like Ben can, especially if he's got Ben instructing him. Emily's handy as a pocket on a shirt too. She does a lot of things at the house, in the house. Really, she's expanded this year to do a lot more than she ever has because Lane's just not here all the time. But I told y'all we were getting gravel. This was a terrible spot in the path. I don't know, y'all have probably seen it when we show B-roll coming through here. It's not perfect by any means. You can see out here, there's still some mud. Just gonna air all our dirty laundry here. But oh man, it's so much better. That was deep. That was becoming like a pond in itself. So Lane has fixed this spot for now. We may have to put a drain there at some point, but for now, we can at least get across it. So that was the spot through the woods that had gotten so bad that you saw us get stuck in on the last video. It took an entire dump truck full of gravel. And you can see it's still not super solid. It was just becoming a huge, huge hole. It's passable now. None of these were like fixes to where like, oh, this is fixed forever. But sometimes you just have to fix it for the right now, and then go back when you have time and more money and fix it. And a big factor, it needs to dry out a bit before we fix it permanently. So what we were going to share with you guys is we are actually going to sell the new truck, the red truck. And we are going to stick with this 85 model for a while. I'm not saying we won't buy another one, maybe even next year. Who knows? But we know the plan is right now. It's a really great truck.
So one of the main reasons that we're going to sell it is it's just too heavy. I bought a Cummins diesel. They're a really, really good engine, but they are heavy. They are very heavy. And then having that feed bunk on the back, it adds about another 1,000 pounds. So all that added weight combined, I think y'all been stuck, what, 3 or 4 times out there? I've been stuck a couple of times. And it's not bad stuck. It's just we got to take the tractor out there. The tires slick over. I was going to buy new tires for it, but really getting down and looking at them, they still got probably a third of the tread left on them. So, I mean, that'd be kind of a waste of money. The tires that I was looking to put on it was some big heavy mudders, and they was another $1,300 to $1,500. So just keep investing in it and investing in it. It was like, I think we can go back to either this truck, or if this one when this one just lays down on us, we will probably go back with a gas burner.
Yeah. And wouldn't you say, I don't want to say anything that's not completely accurate, so correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't you say that this would be a fantastic truck for someone who like stayed on pathways or did feeding, like that didn't involve them getting off in their softer areas of their land?
Well, and that, I guess, to an extent of what we're doing here, the I can't say that word, say it for me.
Regenerative.
Yeah, that word. Rotational grazing. What we're doing here is building a soft layer on top. So our ground is not compacted really, really hard like other farmers typically have. So on a downside, I guess that would be one downside to it, is that it's so soft that we get stuck really easy. What I've noticed is a lot of people that do the type of farming that we're doing, they bale graze. So they'll put out a few bales in certain areas when it's dry, and then when the wet time comes, they will let them into certain areas to access those hay bales, and that way they're not tracking up their grounds when it's sopping wet, muddy, situations where we're getting stuck.
First I'd heard of that, but that's interesting. That's a good idea. So we just wanted to let you guys know that you probably won't be seeing that truck. We had to move on that in a matter of hours to get that truck. And
I'll probably be washing it up, cleaning it up, and listing it on Marketplace here pretty soon.
Right. So if it sounds like something you guys would be interested in, you can let us know, but we will probably be putting that on Marketplace, and we fully expect it to go very quickly like it did for us, because everything on there does. These trucks are just not that easy to come by. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Still got a few more things to do today. Ben is actually off today, and so we're getting things done.
Getting it accomplished. Checking it off the list.
Yep. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks for watching. God bless.